Hi everyone, my name is Justine and I will be covering chapter 13 on personalities. In this video, we will be covering Freud's division of personality, Freud's division of mind, and the big five traits, Ocean. So in the first concept that we are talking about is the division of personality. Freud has these three elements to personality: the ID, the ego, and the superego, and the three work together to create a complex human behavior. Let's start with the ID. The ID is the only component of personality that is presented from birth, and according to Freud, the ID is the source of all psychic energy, making it the primary component of personality. In this example of ID, you see a girl pulling her phone out of her backpack pocket, unaware she has dropped money on the ground as she continues on her walk. Another girl comes into frame and sees the money on her walk. She looks around to see if anyone is watching her as she picks up the money. When no one is watching, she slips the money into her pocket and continues walking like nothing has happened. Next is the ego. The ego is a component of personality which is responsible for dealing with reality. And according to Freud, the ego develops from the ID and ensures that the impulses can be expressed in manners acceptable in the real world. The ego functions are in both the conscious, preconscious, and unconscious mind, which we will be getting into later in the video. So in this example of ego that you see, the girl wants to borrow her mom's shoes, but she knows if she takes it without permission, her mom will be mad. So she calls her mom and asks if she can wear it.
Hello.
Hi, Mom!
Hi. What do you want?
So you know how you have those really super cute heels that not only fit you, but they fit me as well?
Yeah. What do you want, Mom?
I was wondering if I could borrow them for this party this weekend that I'm going to, because it really matches my dress.
No, you just gotta ruin them.
No, I promise I won't. I promise. I learned my mistakes.
Fine, but better come back in one piece.
Okay, thanks, Mom. You're the best. Love you.
Bye.
Bye. The last component to personality is the superego. The superego is the aspect of personality that emerges around the age of 5, which holds all of our internalized moral standards and the ideals which we require from both our parents and society. It is also known as our sense of right and wrong. So in this example of superego, you see the girl drop the money on the ground again. But this time, the other girl comes into frame, and because of her moral standards of right and wrong, she picks up the money and hands it back to the girl.
Excuse me? You dropped your dollar. Oh, thank you.
Concept 2 is all about Freud's division of mind. And according to Freud, the ID, ego, and superego all operate across 3 levels of awareness in the human mind, as they are known as the conscious, unconscious, and preconscious. Let's start off with the conscious. The conscious consists of what someone is aware of at any particular point in time. This includes what you're thinking about right now, whether it's in front of your mind or in the back of your mind. If you are aware of it, then it is in the conscious mind. In this example of conscious mind, the girl is reading a letter that is written to her and is aware of what the letter is about. So she is emotional and you can see her shedding a tear. The second part to the division of mind is the preconscious. The preconscious contains information that is just below the surface of awareness. It can be retrieved with relative ease and usually can be thought of as a memory or recollection. This is an example of the preconscious memory. So you'll be seeing the girl who is going to be getting in her car to go to the mall because it is her mom's birthday. So she's estimating how long it takes to get to the mall and home before her mom does.
So, it's Mom's birthday, so I have to go to the mall to grab her a nice gift at the mall. And that should take me about like 30 minutes. Oh, and she gets home at 5:30 and it's 3:30 right now. Okay, I can do this. I can do this.
The final part to the division of mind is the unconscious. The unconscious contains thoughts, memories, and desires that are buried deep in ourselves, well below our conscious awareness. Even though we are not aware of their existence, they exert great influence on our behavior. In this example of the unconscious, the girl is walking, minding her own business, until she sees a group of birds. Because of what has happened in her past with birds, she has a negative experience with them. So she turns around and walks from the direction she came from instead of walking past them. So now we move on to concept 3, the big 5 personality traits, ocean. O stands for openness, and this is for people who like to learn new things and enjoy new experiences. So in this example of openness, you see the girl being taught by her boyfriend how to play pool for the first time. The C stands for conscientiousness. These are people that have a high degree of being reliable and prompt. Traits include being organized, methodic, and thorough. In this example of conscientiousness, the girl is very OCD about how she writes, so it must be organized. But she gets frustrated because she keeps messing up, as you see in the video. It's not straight. I can't do this. Oh, why?
I can't be organized.
The E stands for extroversion. Extroversion traits include being energetic, talkative, and assertive. This is also known as opposite of introverts. Extroverts get their energy and drive from others, while introverts are self-driven to get their drive within themselves. So in this example of extroversion, you see the girl talking to her friend about this incident that happened with their 2 other friends. And so she's continually talking, and she's very talkative, so she talks about the whole situation to her.
Oh my god, Jana, you would not believe what I heard the other day.
What happened?
So, you know Cassidy? And you know how Cassidy and Elle are like really close friends, like they were like the best friends?
Yeah.
Cassidy texted me yesterday, right? And she was telling me, she was like, hey, like, should I be mad that Elle lied to me? And at first I was confused. I was like, what do you mean she lied to you? And she was like, well, she told me that she had a family thing, but I saw her hanging out with Jody. And I was like, are you sure she lied to you and stuff? Like, are you sure, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, she's like, do I confront her and stuff? Because she was, like, 100% positive that it was, like, Elle. And I was like, yeah, you should go, like, confront her. Like, why would she lie to you and stuff? Why would she lie to you about hanging out with family when she was, like, with friends? It was just like this whole thing, and then like they got into an argument, and then they dragged me into it. And I was like, well, this is what I get for putting my input in. But okay.
The A stands for agreeableness. These individuals are warm, friendly, compassionate, and cooperative, and traits include being kind, affectionate, and sympathetic. In this example that you see of agreeableness, you see a girl who cannot afford her lunch with her friend, so her friend offers to pay for her lunch.
So, you want to go grab food?
I don't know. I don't really have enough money to like buy food.
It's fine, I can pay.
Are you sure? Like, I could totally pay you back, like, when I get my next paycheck.
No, it's totally fine. I can pay for you. It's no problem.
Are you sure? I feel so bad, though. Like, I don't want you to pay.
It's okay, it's okay. Don't worry about it, honestly. I have money, so I can pay for you.
Thank you.
No problem.
The N stands for neuroticism. Neuroticism, or emotional stability, relates to the degree of negative emotions. These characteristics typically include being moody and tense. So in this example of neuroticism, you see the girl talking to her friend about how she might have not done well on her test, and she is really stressed out and tense about it.
But then, like, you know, like how you hope that you do good and then it might not happen? That's what I'm scared of, and I don't know. Like, everything is just so stressful, and like if it brings down my GPA, then like I don't know if I can get into the college that I want to get into.
Just calm down. Do you want to get some food?
Okay.
This concludes my presentation of Chapter 13, Personalities. I hope that you have learned something from the course concepts.